Hi, I'm Alana and welcome to YogaYin Yoga. 2 years ago, I was lucky enough to be at a yoga conference in Sydney where I heard the Swami Niranjan of the Satyananda tradition talking about the 5 most important postures he thought for a yoga practice. And what he advocated was in the morning that you chant for 3 to 5 minutes your favorite mantra, and then you do 15 minutes of these postures, and then you come down and practice your breath or your pranayama, and then you go into meditation. So the whole practice comes to about half an hour altogether. And I want to share with you today those 5 postures that he said were the most important. You may or may not agree with them, but practice them anyway and see how you go. They do work every part of the body, so enjoy. Namaste.
Yeah. Okay, so coming into Tadasana, mountain pose, lifting up the toes, stretching them, lifting up the heels and planting them down. Soften at the knees, notice if you lock. Draw your belly in and up, and then roll your shoulders back and down. Neck is, chin is tucked in and neck is long. Find your Tadasana, drop your weight through your feet. Inhale, raise your arms up and above the head, come up onto the toes. Udvahastasana, stretching every part of the body, particularly good for the digestive system, strengthening the legs. And then lower the heels back down and gently fold to your right as you exhale into Ardha Chandrasana, pose of a moon. Holding it here, inhaling, coming back to center, exhale, folding to the other side. And with Ardha Chandrasana, our first pose, we're actually working into the liver and the gallbladder. So very good if you carry a lot of anger or frustration. Inhale, come back to center, exhale, release the arms. Now gently twisting in Kadi Chakrasana, helicopter pose, which of course is not an ancient pose. Gently raising the arms as you go. If you are suffering in your lower back, keep your arms nice and low. If it's your middle back that bothers you, keep your arms at shoulder height. And if it's your neck and shoulders, raise your arms above the shoulders. Twisting so the whole body is twisting, looking over the shoulder. And then gently bringing it back down. This works all of the spine, which is why it's the second of our most essential poses. And incidentally, if you're a swimmer, it's a great warm-up pose. Okay, just breathing here. Drop your weight once more. Check in with your breath. And when you're ready, you can move to the top of your mat. Finding mountain pose once more. Inhaling, raising the hands up and over the head. Exhaling, swan dive, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back into a lunge pose. Check the knees over the ankle. Bring the hands to prayer. Deep breaths here. And then dropping the hands down, stepping back to downward dog. Bending the knees, bringing the shins parallel to the mat. Take a moment to find your downward dog. It's a fantastic hormonal balancer. The weight should be evenly distributed between the hands and the feet. Hips really coming up towards the sky. When you're ready to release it, come onto your toes, weight squat over the hands into a plank pose. And then just holding above the mat, sliding through upward facing dog and coming back to down dog. Don't worry, we're going to go through that again. Inhaling and gently stepping the left leg forward, bringing the hands to prayer, and then releasing the hands, stepping the right leg up to meet the left, folding forward, Uttanasana. And then inhale, coming up, bringing the hands to prayer. And practicing again. Inhale, looking up to the hands. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, coming up to the fingertips. Exhale, stepping back on that left leg. Bringing the hands to prayer. Holding it here. Coming back to downward dog. And now honoring your body by holding downward dog as long as you did the first time. Use this pose to rest. Inhale, come into plank. Exhale, chaturanga, hold the body above the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog, lift the thighs up if that's available to you. Exhale, curl back over the toes into downward dog. Inhale and step that right leg forward. Bring the hands to prayer once more. Exhale, place them down. Left foot comes up to meet the right. And then when you're ready, inhale, raise the arms up and over the head. And gently exhaling, bringing them down to the heart. Take a deep breath here. When you're ready, you can release it, come down into Apanasana. And just hug the knees into the belly. Apanasana is not one of the 5 essential poses, but it's very, very good for just resting after practicing Surya Namaskar, Sun Salutation. When you're ready, come up into Halasana, plow pose. Just gently bringing the toes over the head. And then we're going to come up into our 4th pose, Savangasana, or in this case, Ardha Savangasana, half shoulder stand. So you're gently supporting your waist with your hands, bringing those elbows in as close together as possible. You can hold this pose for 5 to 12 breaths, but when you're ready, come back down into Halasana. And allowing the legs to fold all the way down into Shavasana, which is the 5th essential pose, corpse pose.